What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Deezy BTC says Cardano ADA conservative target $6.60, bullish target $12.50. When you price Cardano in Bitcoin, things start looking very bullish. Often we price just with fiat, but we have to think about the relative performance to BTC, and when you do that, there's a lot more upside potential, especially when you factor in that Bitcoin still has more upside potential. Today's video by George Cryptos R Us, he was going for a walk, and towards the end of the video, he was talking about how he does not think it's the top of the market yet, and that he thinks that Bitcoin could be headed to $200,000 to $400,000, and the rest of the market also will see a lot more gains. Cardano ADA memecoin SNEK surpasses 39,000 holders. The growth continues with the meme coins. Burn amount, market value over $8.6 million. Rosen Bridge, the cross-chain goodness. We saw them recently announce that they brought over $11 million in liquidity into Cardano DeFi from external networks. Another large transfer. I love these posts. 20,000 Ergo to Cardano, almost $39,000. Wanchain also, which is again an extension of Cardano's Ouroboros, the design. So that probably is in line with the decentralization and the uninterrupted uptime, the reasoning behind that. Most bridged asset, again, USDT, again, proof that people really enjoy moving the stables. And so transaction of the week, USDC. In this case, we're looking at an over six-figure transaction between Cardano to BNBChain. Again, not in the ideal direction. It's good from Cardano to BNBChain. But again, this type of technology is great. And the more cross-chain routes we have, excellent. It gives users more checkpoints to onboard into Cardano DeFi, avoiding centralized exchanges. And often the precursor before we see native stablecoins like USDC, USDT, and more is the increased usage of solutions like this. Bridges. And bridges, think about how easy it will be for them to just plug in the native asset. Now, this was a few days ago, but I just wanted to highlight the ecosystem, the partners for Midnight Network with NMKR, Sundae Swap, Fluid Tokens, and just a quick recap of what they're doing. So from the NMKR angle, they're proud to announce that in 2025, they will be integrating Midnight Network into NMKR Studio and NMKR Pay to bring NFTs, fungible tokens, and real-world assets to Midnight. Good stuff. What about Sundae Labs? Well, Midnight is working with Sundae Labs to expand the Sundae protocol onto the network to take advantage of Midnight's data protection capabilities and bring new levels of security to Sundae Labs users. This is great. Finally, what about Fluid Tokens? Well, Fluid Tokens is bringing NFT-backed lending to leverage Midnight's data protection functionality to create secure, regulatory compliant lending solutions. This collaboration as a vital piece to the DeFi ecosystem, expanding opportunities to use digital assets across the ecosystem for developers and users. Now, when airdrop? Well, we have to wait until mainnet. I think we're going to see these sort of announcements about mainnet airdrop towards February of 2025. So Charles says that we will see airdrop announcement soon, but he can't give a concrete date. But he has aimed for that time of Q1 2025 for us to learn more about the details when mainnet. But it looks like they're making good progress with the developers and all the hackathons and all that jazz. A quick highlight to Iagon because the volume was also pumping on TapTools. 461 million IAG allocated for community incentives. What a brilliant infographic. 46.1% of total supply, which is fantastic. And again, here we see that 1 billion total token supply. They say at Iagon, we believe in building together, guided by our vision of community first. That's why nearly 50% of our total token supply, 461 million IAG, is dedicated to empowering our community through meaningful incentives. From rewarding your contributions to supporting node operators and driving innovative programs, every token reflects our unwavering commitment to growing with you, not just for you. The rewards are very big. I really like their efforts with the recent partnerships with Worth, I think that was the name. They're working on a bunch of fantastic collaborations that I think will be very fruitful to the Cardano ecosystem. And speaking of ecosystem, still the meme coins are crushing it. IAG, grabbing number 3. But again, in terms of volume leading, we have the hilarious clinic, which is just a meme on Charles's clinic. We have SNEK number 2, and again, Cardano DeFi is a sleeper right now. There's been back-to-back FUD. A lot of you guys have been commenting, say, "Hey, Angry, can you comment on Cardano Foundation?" I think Cardano Foundation, frankly, guys, I'll save you the time. I don't think they had 2FA set up. I think their password was compromised. But I don't like to focus on the drama and like the back and forth. I just like to focus on the fuego news, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that can be more productive to our ecosystem. Governance-wise also, Cardano Foundation, they're going to vote for what they want to vote. There's many that I disagree with, but again, I have to focus on what's going to be productive and what's going to drive us forward. What are the exciting narratives? And at the very least, we have a lot of good stuff as well. Even if we have some complaints, no chain is ever perfect, and there's still some good things happening. So on the meme front, on the CNT front, still we have good volume. We have a lot of good traction still. So it's nice to see. We have Clinic number 1, SNEK number 2, IAG number 3, a Chad number 5, a World Mobile Token right behind it as well. So again, I'm just grateful that we have platforms like this, Tap Tools, the meme coins, something that we did not have in the previous bull run. So taking a quick look at CoinMarketCap, we've been holding above our support pretty well. I think a critical support level, guys, I've been watching a few videos today, is really around that $1. We don't want to go too low beneath that 90 cents, because if we start touching 90 cents and lower than that, we may dip lower. So I think it's integral for us to hold above that $1 mark. But being that we did a 100x in the previous bull run with no smart contracts, not a whole lot going on. And if you guys look into Metcalfe's law, I think that's what it's referred to, the idea that a network can theoretically grow to a speculated, fully diluted valuation based off of the exponent of its current community. We can grow quite massively. Cardano community is quite big. Last I checked on Lunar Crush, we had 2% of complete social dominance. That's like worldwide dominance. 2% of cryptocurrency social dominance, which is a big metric. We're talking 6x Tron. We're talking almost double Shiba Inu. We're talking multiple X's of Toncoin. Projects that are above us or below us, I believe double, if I'm not mistaken, or more than BNBChain. So the community is strong. We see that. And when we look at Google Trends also, Google Trends shows that we're still very, very small compared to the amount of search volume on Google and YouTube worldwide that we saw in 2021. So the social eyes are not here yet. The retail is not here yet. And I think that reflects back to Bitcoin dominance. We've been just experimenting with that 55, 6, 56, but we have not gone yet. And I think this is going to be a very boring few weeks ahead of us. I think going into maybe the final week of December, we may see some sort of rally. Again, the support for ADA is going to be integral for us to not go beneath the $1 mark. Otherwise, we may come and visit around like 80 cents, 70 cents. That's kind of like a, worst case scenario if we can't hold support. But otherwise, if we can hold support and we can continue to add a little bit more to ADA, Bitcoin dominance again, continuing to do its thing. Right now, Bitcoin is doing very well at 104.5. So the more that Bitcoin can continue to hold this, continue to gain in value, 105, 106, 107, 110, while still holding respectable numbers like ADA 1.07, XRP 2.4, we're going to get a massive slingshot to just send ADA, XRP, and many other altcoins as well. So I think we have a bright future ahead of us. We may see as early as kind of an end of December, Christmas type of pump. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking to see what will happen with the new administration going into January 2025. So the important thing for me, guys, is really, I don't really care too much about FUD. There's daily FUD every day, inside and outside of the network. However, the important thing for me is that we have some exciting news still coming, which we still have a good pipeline of news. And at the same time, that Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin continues to climb because the liquidity that is pouring into here is eventually going to pour into the other projects. Litecoin has not awoken from its slumber. Bitcoin dominance has not tumbled down to indicate a massive upside potential for altcoins. So even though we're in altcoin season, we have not seen the massive crescendos that we're anticipating. And even though ADA is at $1, it's not anywhere close to Bitcoin in terms of price performance relative to BTC. There's still a massive delta between that. Hence the big double-digit price predictions that we see. So rallies happen fast and suddenly, but the integral crucial thing is for ADA to hold above its support line, above that $1, so that we can finally get that first leg in, getting past the $1.30, $1.50 towards that $2 mark is going to be an important indicator for us. So going back, guys, a pretty relatively quiet day. Deezy's video recently was pretty nice, and I think that complements well what we saw with Dusty BC. And I think it's possible, again, my conservative target, some people say that it's too bearish, but for months now I've been echoing the same thing of the $5 to $7. And if you've been scooping up ADA since we've been covering Cardano on this channel, then that's what are we? A 20x. 20x is not bad if you go from 30 cents to $7, right? So at the same time, take a look at your portfolio, evaluate your risk tolerance. Let me know what is exciting you guys the most. I'm really hoping to see some more bullish updates from Charles, especially not about Quantum Hosky. I don't care about Quantum Hosky. I want to see some stuff about the administration. I want to see crypto hearings. I want to see tangible products with Hydra. I want to see throughput and Leios updates. I want to see stuff like that, I want to see stuff that is affecting products and dApps and stuff that is like kind of retail focused instead of products that are way far out. I would also really like to see a bigger focus on Bitcoin DeFi because I saw some new posts by other ecosystems. I won't name them, but it looks like other projects are understanding that the narrative of Bitcoin is very important. So I think it's going to be very key for IOG and the rest of the Cardano ecosystem to really move the ball forward with the momentum on Bitcoin DeFi, because Bitcoin DeFi is hot now. It might not be as fuego as a narrative 12 or 14 months from today, right? So sometimes timing is very important. And I think that the narrative and the driving focus of this altcoin season is really compliance, Bitcoin DeFi. What else is it really? It's kind of like Bitcoin compliance, decentralized finance, decentralization. But Bitcoin is a driving factor, especially because of the administration. All eyes on Bitcoin, hitting new highs on the daily, right? Bitcoin treasury, global interest in Bitcoin. So offering some sort of elegance with Babel fees and extended UTXO synergy with Bitcoin DeFi as soon as possible is going to be very key. And so those are one of the things that I don't really look forward to a late demo. I'd rather sooner rather than later. But let me know what you guys think. I was hoping that we would have seen momentum restored with Bitcoin OS, but Charles wants to focus on really owning it himself and doing it with Fairgate. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we see an interim option, something provided by Fluid Tokens, because Fluid is doing a lot of stuff with their other dApp as well, BTC integrations, Babel fees type of stuff. So hopefully we see a lot of other competitors enter. But that's my thoughts, guys. Figured I'd extend a little bit more, especially you guys who have been commenting about Cardano Foundation. Cardano Foundation, guys, I don't agree with a lot of their voting. Cardano Foundation, like I said, I think they just got hacked and didn't have two-factor authenticator. There's really not much to comment on it because at the end of the day, we have to be productive and focus on what can move the ball forward, what are exciting narratives, what are the support levels, what are the exciting things for story and brand. And those are the things that are very key. But we're doing pretty good right now. We're still up 3x since the end of October. Guys, let me know what is exciting you guys the most. Where do you think ADA is headed? Do you think it's going to go back and revisit 90 cents? Do you think that it's only up from here? What is your realistic price prediction for ADA? Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.